Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Carpetania campaign. Last time, we continued to work our way through the Pearl of Contestania mission tree, investing hundreds of gold into our economy, which, while in the short term does feel like a lot of energy for something that doesn't really give much of a return on investment, will, I think, in the long term prove to be very, very valuable. And honestly, even in the short term, our economic growth has definitely been quite something. We also are rapidly ascending out of the tribal stage of things. We've got very good centralization now, which carries, of course, very strong bonuses in and of themselves. And we have got ourselves the tribal reform mission ready to go in the queue of missions, the pool of possible missions. And we just need to finish the Pearl of Contestania mission to be able to move on to that one. And I do think that it is worth continuing to do this mission, even though it's slow going, as this investment will ultimately both be valuable in and of itself, and some of these rewards are actually pretty solid, especially these more permanent rewards that we're not going to be able to get through other means. So at the end of the day, I think that this investment we've put into Pearl of Contestania so far has been worth it, and we should continue to work away at this lengthy mission tree. Now, in the meantime, we've got some good developments over in Toletum. The local civilization level is nearly at 40, it's 39.88, and let's go take a look again at what codified state lands will need. 40 or greater in Toletum, and then otherwise we just need to have 100 PI, which we are slowly working our way to. So we can, I think, in this campaign, I think for the first time in one of my campaigns, do the codified state lands decision, which is mainly valuable for giving that permanent civ level bonus to Toletum. Now, there's an argument that in the long term, your capital will likely hit the civ level cap anyways, but this will get us there sooner, and it is a nice modifier to give Toletum permanently. Plus, the effort of having civ level in Toletum is good for the territory anyways, so the effort I've taken to get this decision unlockable is worth it for its own sake, essentially. And it's just kind of fun to go for this. Right, so with that noted, we are at this point still in a period of peace. We've got our 15 units of the Contestania levy basically ready to go. We've got one unit ready from the Terrakinesis levy, as Terrakinesis now has a little bit of local assimilation that's gone on over here. Let's see. Yeah, we got 32% Carpetanian over here, so that is pretty solid. And as for what we want to do from here, we are still building up our treasury in order to continue building these farming buildings for the Fruits of Celtic Beria Meridionalis mission. I think we just need one more over here. Yep. No, not there. Over here. Right, and with that noted, make sure that we are trading for gold. We are. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and resume. Speed 3. And I am happy, I think, to let Rakusa, who has done quite a bit for the state in his lifetime, just kind of ride things out in semi-retirement and not really need to do too much more war action. We'll see with the succession situation how things go from there. I think we should go to Karasuna, as talked about previously, and then after her, assuming that these numbers don't change too much, it's probably going to be Tinkomatis. And yeah, we'll time the transition to monarchy when we've got a good family who would want to be our monarchical family, I think, just to make sure that we start things off on the right foot with that. All right, prosperity. Carpetania gains raise taxes for 60 months, 15% national tax. That's pretty good. Or 6 stability. This would certainly be a nice little boost, but our tax economy is not super strong at the moment, and 6 stability is quite nice. We also, because we're not spending the PI on doing another sacrifice to get more stability trend, have some stability problems at the moment. Let's go ahead and get the stability, I think. I think the money from this, of all the resources we've got at the moment, income is actually one of my more secure ones. So let's go ahead and get the stability from that. Then we need to keep building up to 100 political influence for our objective. I think that there's also a strong argument for taking more care to keep really low AE as much as possible so that more people will trade with me. I believe I have quite a few resources sitting around that I am just not... Yeah, I've got quite a few resources that I'm not trading out yet. Armenian Civil War ends. Okay. We've read this before, so I'm not going to reread it. Okay, it looks like a pretty strong Armenia over here. We're fighting the Armenian Superiorus. Interesting. Inspirational neighbors. Our interaction with our neighbor Turdulia has shown us how their bureaucracy and administration work, and in what ways it differs to our own. By introducing some of their customs into our own system, we are certain to be able to centralize authority and have more control over our clan chiefs. Is Turdulia? They are a democracy. Okay. They have actually reformed. I don't think Turdulia starts as a democracy. These guys actually did a tribal reform before I did. Okay. Well, because I was just thinking that this is an event that normally happens from a neighboring non-tribal nation, so interesting. Well, Turdulia is quite a strong little nation, so I'm not too surprised they pulled this off. A group opposing these changes is led by Karasuna Wodenessa. As it seems, she and her followers know how it would affect their authority if the changes were brought into Carpetania. Right, so I think the main question here is, do I want to have the centralization boost? The loss of gold, and actually especially the PI, is going to be kind of painful. I've got plenty of centralization, and I don't think... I think loyalty with Karasuna is a little wasted, but I really don't want to spend the PI, to be completely honest. This is about a year of PI. No, that's not right. It's about 7 months. It's about half a year of PI just from this. And, you know, the gold doesn't help either. The centralization bonuses are fine, but I've got plenty of centralization again. I don't need more centralization at this point. Also, there is an argument for playing a campaign as a 100% centralized settled tribe that never reforms, because these centralization bonuses at 100% centralization are really strong, but I don't think they're strong enough to actually be better than those same modifiers you would get from what you get when you're playing as a democracy, or I mean a republic or a monarchy. So let's go ahead and say that Karasuna is right. Lose a little bit of centralization, but that is fine. How are things looking in the provinces? Any funny business? No, actually everyone's pretty happy except for Turdulia Orientalis because of the extreme corruption of this guy. We got sanctioned privileges going, so I don't know what else I can do. Yeah, it's still probably worth it because of his really good finesse, but definitely a little painful. Alright, Ulta can get a farming settlement. I think after the next tick, I'll trade in stone and then get the thing going. Alright. Cancel the figs. I mean the dates for just a moment here. Bring in the stone. Oh, I'm just a little bit short. Okay. My mistake. Jumped the gun a little bit there. Bring the dates back. Alright. Give it one more month. Alright, first couple of farms will start to finish soon. Oh, we have another trade route available. What do we lose? We lost one of our figs. Okay, well, dates. Let's bring the date back for 1 day. So we get on the monthly tick, and then cancel the trade, switch to stone. All right, and then build the farm over here in Opta, and then switch back from stone to the dates. All right. Ooh, okay, Rome is fighting Carthage. We got the Punic War going now. Who's involved in this war? So it's Rome and its clients versus Carthage and everyone in the universe. Like, everyone on Earth is here too. It's all of Carthage's clients because they've got a giant subject pool. Okay. If I wanted to attack Carthage, this might be the opportunity. The big problem here is that I don't think I'd have enough war score and a lot of Carthage's territory is not bordering me, it's over here. So if I were to take that, it'd be kind of awkward to get there and difficult to kind of hold it, you know? Because if I were to attack Carthage, I want to do it all in one go and kick them out of the peninsula in one fell swoop, which is ultimately my goal. I'm not really looking to expand into Africa right now, maybe later, but for now what I want is to just kick Carthage out of Iberia. What's the ship situation looking like? They got similar ship levels. Carthage probably has naval supremacy just through the sheer naval strength of all of their subjects. Basically, all of Carthage's subjects are these little coastal city-states that all build a couple ships each, and these all, you know, added together really strengthen Carthage on the seas. Again, like I talked about last time, I think that getting involved in this is tempting, but I don't think I'm really quite in the right position to pull this off, right? Even if I've got a strong levy for kind of Iberian standards, like I'm not in the same wavelength as these big guys over here. All right, fleeing the dreadful war with Arawia, a number of important dignitaries have managed to escape to our lands, hoping to find refuge. Our advisors recommend against them giving them asylum to the fragile political circumstances in our region, and indeed much favor may be gained with Arawia, which is in Lusitania. Oh, they're there. Okay. Alright, I don't really care about these people too much. Put them to death. Not going to be of too much use to my state. I wish I could send my levy as like a mercenary force to help out in the war, just to make money, but I don't really think there's a way to do that. I can't intervene in the war. I have to be a great power for that. Oh well. I'll get my chance at some point. Well, we can watch the war at least and see how things go. Looks like Rome. Looks like the fighting will largely be in Sicily, which is historically accurate to the First Punic War, which was mostly a war that happened in Sicily. Alright, what happened? Oh my gosh, we just lost a bunch of trade goods. Huh? Oh, hold on a moment. Oh my gosh! Massalia going wild. Holy crap, okay, these guys just conquered everybody that I was trading with over here. I guess they conquered one guy or a couple guys who I was trading with. Did not realize how much I was trading with the Africans, but I guess I'll trade with Massalia now. Alright, I want the dates back again for the national commerce income. And then what else did I miss out on? I should have been paying attention. Probably olives. Yeah, I want the national slave happiness. That's going to be important. I guess we'll trade with Massalia for that too. Alright. Saving up to 100 PI is real difficult. I see all the PI in my bank and I gotta spend it. Youthful indiscretions. A cousin belonging to one of the lesser branches of the Carosas family has become embroiled in a scandal at court. According to eyewitnesses, the youth managed to publicly shame himself in an incident involving a slave and a crudely drawn portrait. I am fine losing prestige on the family. That's a very, very minor penalty there. That's fine. Let's reevaluate if we can switch some of these places off of certain policies. No. Maybe. I don't really have good trend right now. Actually, you know what? Over here, because this guy is a finesse god, he's giving a lot more provincial loyalty from this than normal, so this is actually not changeable yet. And then the rest is all fine. This can also be switched off of central civilization effort at this point. Let's go ahead and switch Carpetania. Let's see. This is probably fine. Let's go ahead and switch Carpetania back over to... I don't think I need manpower anymore. At least not at this stage, under these circumstances. I think we would probably go back to bleed them dry. Yeah, I think this is fine. Because again, keep in mind, slave happiness, I know I've said this a lot of times, but, you know, this is we're like 13 hours into this series, so you may have forgotten me saying it before, you may not think about it, but slave happiness doesn't affect their output in Imperator Rome. It does affect, obviously, you know, local unrest, but then my capital province always has 100% loyalty, so it doesn't matter. And then the food modifier, I think, isn't a big deal. So I think this is the way to go. Bleed them dry in Carpetania. And then otherwise, this is correct. Polarities, I'm going to keep on conversion. How much conversion are we doing per tile here? Still converting there. Still converting there. We'll let it go maybe a little bit longer, and then we'll switch over to assimilation. And it is faster even in Invictus. It was this way in vanilla to convert and then assimilate, just the way the math works out. All right. This is all correct. Okay. This is all looking good. It would be cool to be able to send your levy off to act as a mercenary company. I know Crusader Kings has a mechanic kind of like that. At least CK2 did. CK3 probably has it too. I don't remember for sure. A loyal subject. Our ruler's efforts to influence Aukisa Tutamala are well underway. In a jovial mood, Aukisa approached Chief Magistrate Brukusa, suggesting that a formal declaration of her loyalty and commitment to the Clan Council would be a fine way of showing our appreciation. We remain unconvinced that this is a politically sensible move. For as much as I'd like the political influence now, I do think I need the stability more. Let's gain 5 stability. We are gaining PI at a relatively reasonable pace here, so no need to mess that up. Also, we need 100 political influence for Codify State Lands. Now this is ready to go except for the PI, and that's what we're saving this for. And over here, we just need these buildings to finish. And then here, we just need 600 gold. So, okay. In fact, I think at this point, I could wait to build up the gold via income, but I think I kind of want to get the gold through warfare. I've got completely, like, my manpower pool is overflowing with men. I've got more boys than I know what to do with over here in the manpower pool. Got to use them for something. Is the war still? Okay, it is. Oh, Etruria joined the war too? What? Oh, they're a client state of Rome. Were they not in the war at the beginning? Okay, that's kind of strange. Just looking to see. Who do I have claims on right now? I could fight Wasconia. I could make a move for Celtiberia Centralis. This does feel like a natural bit of expansion for me. If I just go for this one province, this moves my border up to this kind of mountain area, and this is going to be a bit more defensible. It shortens my border over here quite a bit. This feels like a pretty solid thing. Plus, this gives me the rest of the Tarraconensis region south of the Iberus River. Let's see. I have a claim on Tithia and Duniquia. Tithia would bring in Atawakia, and they would also bring in Duniquia and Thermodigia, but I don't need to actually take all this territory. But then Wasconia is sort of separate. I wonder if I can just demand this one tile from them. Do I have a claim on this one tile? I probably do, yeah, that's probably how I have a claim on them. Yeah, this is it. Okay. They're kind of open to the idea, but it's pretty far. In Imperator Rome, the threat and war mechanic is, I think, a little undertuned, and it's pretty hard to pull this off unless you are catastrophically larger than the other party. I probably have to take this in a war, which is going to be awkward for just this one thing. I mean, I guess I could go in here while they're fighting these guys over here. I could kind of slide in really quick. Let's see. I would occupy this, and then I just have to get enough war score in order for them to agree to a peace deal where they give this to me. But then the other thing too is that getting this territory just, yeah, I think I should do it. I got a lot of manpower available here. I need to make use of it. All right, let's get ready for war. Alright, this actually spawned over here. Attachment allowed. We'll just join in like so. Make sure this is all set up correctly. Alright. Okay. And I have no troops. Okay, I should have checked that before I raised my levy. I guess I could have done the other attack instead if I had been wrong about that. But that is good. I think we should have the strength to just pull this off without needing to do too much prep here. Follow spread of ideas from Massilia. Alright, that's pretty good. Where's the Wasconian capital now? Oh, here it is. Okay, it's over at Iltrita. It's completely unfortified. I guess maybe I keep, Actually, you disattach, come over here, you'll come grab Aquae, Bilbit, Tenorum by yourself, and then the rest of the guys will head over, cross the river, and just try to take the capital and go work on the fort. I'm not going to do any assaulting, we're going to try to have a low casualty war, even though we got plenty of manpower, just to speed things up. Religious festival, a group of peasants led from Hemeroscopion by High Priest Cassi Woyaunus Tutamalis has asked for support in a local religious festival. This would be a good opportunity to celebrate unity among our people and show how pious we are, despite the notable costs it would bring upon our realm. If we do not follow through with it, our authority on religious matters is sure to diminish. As High Priest, Cassi Woyaunus Tutamalis seems quite ardent on the matter. Okay, trying to save money, but the stability is definitely tempting. At this point, I have such high negative trend that I don't know if more stability will actually make a difference here. Losing loyalty on this guy, he's a family head and an officer, so not ideal. This brings him down to 63. I think that's probably okay. I just don't have the money. I mean, I almost have enough money. Man. Gathering place would be alright, but yeah, let's not mess around with that right now. Alright. Everyone attach. No funny business allowed. This is a funny business free campaign over here. Alright, head on over here and we'll just power north. I don't know how it is this has not been sieged yet by Carpetania, but we don't know what's going on in the fog of war over there. Alright. These guys have no allies at all. They're preoccupied with a pretty large war with their neighbors. This is a good moment to sneak in. Again, we're just getting this. We're not going to do anything funny beyond that. I just want to grab this and dip, and then I'll turn around with my army already raised and go to war with the Defensive League over here, just to secure the province. Why are you taking attrition? Excuse me? Sir. That is against the law. Alright, I'm gonna send you some help. I'm leaving behind... Oh my god. Right, leaving behind a light cab to come and help you. Literally, what in the world caused this, like, 50 men to just disappear? Got an alien abduction going on over here or something. That's just wild. Alright, whatever. Oh, we got an, what is this? An Isle invasion force? Where are these guys going? Probably to Rome, I assume, because Isle is one of Carthage's clients. Interesting. A little bit of a naval invasion action. They may be heading up for Italy, which would be quite the move. You'll have to see the AIs doing naval invasions in this game. It's not super common, but it's always kind of fun to see it. Alright, once we arrive 18th of December, we'll declare the war and slide in for what should hopefully be... Oh, Otragonia became their ally. Oh, over here. That's fine. These guys are pretty far away. I don't expect they would present a problem. Okay. Let's just go for it. Take Celtiberia Centralis. I just realized that my army pay is not at default, so let me fix that. Turn my fort maintenance off. That is well, yeah. I can probably get away with it being off. This should hopefully be really quick. Just to slide on over. Alright, eyes peeled for anything problematic, but this should be fine. We'll grab this, get the war target, we'll go siege this, and then get the fort under siege right after. Alright, we killed a lot of people over here, 2 full pops, but that's fine. Slide up there. Wow, that's a lot of... What is happening to this unit? 150 in total? What's going on here? This is a lot of strength loss. It's not from attrition. Attrition doesn't cause that much damage just by itself. There's something very weird going on with that one cav unit. That's a little alarming, to be sure. We actually got here just in time. Carpetania is on the way. We slid in right before them. Sucks to suck. You snooze, you lose. We got in first. Alright. Perfect. Alright. Occupied. We're going to leave behind a heavy cav unit just to hold it down so it doesn't flip back because the fort is not occupied. I don't remember if capital tiles will flip back like that, but I've got plenty of men to spare, so I don't really mind. What is happening here? What is damaging this unit so badly? I got plenty of manpower, so it's not related to that. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's right, because the levy of Tarraconensis is not using the governor because I'm a tribe. I totally forgot. Yeah. Once I reform, I'll not be able to take advantage of that mechanic, so I'll have to actually have good characters for martial purposes. Spread of ideas from Etruria. Alright, I'll take it. Prominent centralization. Rasula Margana is one of our more prominent clan chiefs and a strong leader of her people. Their loyalty to our central rule has come into question lately, and Tinkomatis Tutamalis has suggested moving some of that clan under our authority. Such a move would surely put us at odds with Rasula Margana, but secure our own authority at the cost of her. Let's see. More centralization is not really a huge concern. I got a lot of centralization trends, so let's just go ahead. Let things progress naturally. We get more loyalty with the lower loyalty character. That is perfectly fine. We head up there. We'll just get this thing sieged, which will then get the rest of this controlled by the capital being occupied, so that's the reason for that. Once we get over here, I can probably move this guy off the tile without any problems. Alright. Get to work sieging this. I don't really want to do any assaults because I want to have, let's see, we'll need 1 siege, 2 sieges, and 3 and possibly 4. Probably, honestly, probably 4. So we need as much infantry strength as we can get away with here. There's also a lot of defensiveness over here. Wow, 40%. Farms are finishing. Very good. Here's one of the Wisconian armies. Otragonia is coming in. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. They're going to retake that. I mean, if they retake it, it's not a huge deal because I can just come take it once I get the fort. I could go in for a little staff. I'm just going to let them retake it. I think that's... Ooh. This is still fine. These guys are not going to be dislodging me with basically any army that they can realistically muster. Let's just reattach everybody. Oops. Alright, you know what? I'm going to turn my fort maintenance on after all. I've had a change of heart. These guys do have some forces roaming around over here. I could only move the capital. I guess, yeah, it's too late now. I can't do it in wartime. Alright, they took that back. That's fine. I guess they'll come retake this, but that's fine. Garrison growth is good. Breach over here. Ooh. With a breach, I'm thinking about it. What do we have in total? I think just 1,500. I mean, with the breach. Breach does speed up the siege, though. Let me go ahead... No, not yet. Breach will speed up the siege, but I don't feel like I have the infantry strength to really take advantage of it fully. Alright. Alright, 3K roaming around over here. Should be okay. Defender's Desert. Alright, and we can now do Codify State Lands. The division of land and property in our capital remains muddled and impenetrable. Key plots must be ceded to the chief and their collective ownership codified. Alright, 100 PI, 50 gold. Toletum goes up to 52 civilization value and gains 10% local civilization level for the rest of the game. Pretty good stuff. Let's go for it. Alright. Finally. And now, with that having been done, we've got even more civ level than we have the room for. So that's a little problematic. But yeah, it's going to decline down to the cap. But yeah, still good. Okay. With that being done, we now want to save up our PI for probably city building purposes. We need to save up our money for the mission. Alright, they captured a bunch of people, but the province won't switch because Baia Desolata is oh, you know what? I think they might be preparing for an attack. No, there's no way. Even the AI is not going to look at this as a... Well, I guess they'd be in no. Mountains is not that strong. Oh, I stand corrected. Here they come. Alright, we'll be attacking in mountains against 1.5k. I mean, this might even be a stack wipe on them, unless the Otragonians join in. If they had everyone here, I could see them maybe doing this, but supply shortage. They're reconsidering. They are not going to commit to that. I also am worried about the Sussetanians getting to this, or someone else getting to this before I can get it. But I'm hoping that the Wisconians and the Otragonians can kick away the enemies from the other war before something like that were to happen. Now I don't want to do a assault because I'm worried about the morale damage. I need to just finish the siege off naturally, I think. Water shortage. Okay, this is starting to look quite good. I could probably get a pretty cheap assault right now, but we're real close to just winning through the siege. So let's after going in to lose this battle. What? This is the fumble of the century. What how did okay. I don't know how they managed to screw that one up, but okay. Yikes. These guys are walking away from the capital, so that's good. Come on, 49% progression. Let me see it. Give me that victory. We're running out of food. Not so good. Alright, Defender's Dessert. Come on. Now we're in a bit of a tricky spot here, because with no food. Although we're low on food on these smaller forces, but we're going to start to lose steady amounts of manpower. Again, if only my greedy-ass chief would share his food with everybody else. But we're not, we don't know how to do that yet, while we got these tribal armies. He's just hoarding all the food for just him and his boys. Alright, well, we got plenty of manpower, so once we're back in our territory, we'll replenish our strength steadily. Not to mention, all of the infantry are in an army that has food, so that part is good, to be sure. I think the fact that my general wartime... Oh my god. Double Defender's Dessert. Alright, you know what? Man, just get it over with. Okay, there it is. Now, we rush down here. How much damage did we take? A couple hundred. We were going to lose so much to attrition if we had to wait another... I was worried about having to wait 2 more ticks. 1 more tick would have been okay, but 2 more ticks would have been a little much. Alright, let's head down here to the forest and grab the capital. Alright, we have an Omen, January 1st for 90. Let's go ahead and continue worshipping Belisama, I believe. For the pop simulation bonus. Is there anybody else who's better than that? Maponos for nationwide monthly civ change is actually pretty strong. The Omen's not super good. If I had a really good Omen from another slot, that would be a solid option. I think for now, though, I will go for Belisama. And I believe... No, we did a... No, it is a War Council year. Okay. Summons a selection of your closest advisors to determine a good direction for our next conquest and provide a claim on a neighboring province every 10 years. Alright, War Council assembles, possibly the last War Council, with Brokusa as the chief. We shall see. The gruff voices barking over the sound of carousing outside yields an atmospheric setting for the latest meeting of the Carpetanian War Council. In attendance are several of the council's most well-respected members, Madagascar, known as the foremost military mind of our nation, Rosula, a well-known rogue and philanderer, and Tinkomatis, a philosopher and poet of much repute. Despite significant discourse, ale, and argument, no consensus is made on the target for our future expansion plans. Madagascar believes fervently that the Kalurian province of Wettonia Meridionalis should rightfully be under Carpetanian rule. Rosula and Tinkomatis, however, wish us to focus on Sedetania or Duniquia respectively. Okay, so who do I want to go after? So Kaluria would be over here. We don't have a claim on them, but we have a way to fight them through our claim on... No, I'm just kidding. We have no claim on anyone over here. So I could get a claim on Kaluria, which then gives me a way to fight the Kalurian Defensive League, including Alawia, Topolia, Carencia, and Kaluria. I've not expanded into Lusitania yet. I don't really want to right now. I want to focus on solidifying some of my territory in the regions I've already got. But in all fairness, Lusitania and Galicia are going to be easier regions to expand into because they're largely going to, well, not just largely, they're basically entirely going to be already Druidic and also in my same culture group. So these will be easier conquests, so that should be noted. Sedetania would be, let's see. Okay, there, Sedetania. I guess I wouldn't mind attacking them at some point. Expanding up to Wasconia. Does make some sense in a way. Maybe. And then Duniquia I already have a claim on. I think focusing on getting a claim on, I think, continuing to expand northward. I mean, the Carpetania claim also brings in Carpetania, and then the defensive league with Colonia. So this would be, if I were to take everything, it would be a pretty huge war. Plus, after my war with Wasconia is done, they may actually take the rest of the stuff over here and unite the two parts of the alliance together. I might be able to go for a really big war of, like, north of the Iberis River all at the same time. I mean, the claim for over here is more territory, but it's also a larger and more complicated war with a lot more participants. I may be strong, but I need to not get in over my head here with some of these possible wars, especially if the timing is bad. I think Carpetania is a realistic target, and one that makes sense for continuing my Terraconessus expansions. Plus, keep in mind that Carpetania, well, okay, it is Iberian, but it's actually mostly Maurite, and it's not Druidic or Iberic, so tough territory to take, but I think it is good to get this claim. We stand with Rosula, ready the armies to march for Carpetania. This also gives us loyalty on one of the lower loyalty characters, which is fine by me. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and first check and see administratively anything we need to adjust here. Yeah, we need to keep that. 0.10. Got to keep that, unfortunately. And then, yeah, I think the rest of this looks pretty good. You know what? Lobetania is probably ready to switch off of conversion. Yeah, 84% is pretty good. What did I say before? Like 85 or 80 would be my rough kind of switching point. I think having like a specific number I always focus on is the wrong way to look at it. I need to look at the bigger picture. Lobetania is in my core. This is going to be one of my most core provinces. We need to switch it over to assimilation. And let's see. Yeah, we already switched an 81% one to assimilation, so Lobetania was definitely ready. Belarides might be almost there. Let's maybe give it... I mean, conversion's still going to continue a little bit, even if I switch it. Let me switch it now. It's close enough. It is technically in my core region, so it will be a core of my nation, one way or another. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Just need to grab this, and then somehow manage to still have this once we get back over here and grab that, I think my plan here should be to send a little cavalry strike force away to go pull this off, maybe. Let's see what we can do here. It's going to be a little tricky to maneuver around, but I don't want to be, like, again, this war is just to get this one tile. I'm not looking for anything else. So we need to try to approach this real carefully. Yeah, this is probably safe. Alright, another one of our farms is done, and now we can do Fruits of Celtiberia Meridionalis, which gives a 10-year food bonus for the province, which is fine. We can now pick between these two. Let's see. Egalesta could gain Food Depot if I save up money for that. Egalesta is... oh, it's down here. It's the capital. I mean, Egalesta will be a city eventually. Food Depot would be okay, but it's not amazing. Or I gain basically just a bonus. Actually, this is a pretty strong bonus for 10 years, 12% freeman happiness. I think this bonus for Egalesta is not amazing, and I would have to save up a lot of gold for that. Let me just go for bread and circuses. Alright. Did I read this earlier? I don't know if I did. Let me read this one. Particularly rich harvests have created a food surplus larger than what our local food storage can handle. This is a golden opportunity to do something for the people of Carpetania and redistribute the produce among those that need it the most. Alright. That is fine. And now, all we need to do is have 600 gold to grab this, and then we can grab expand trade in Carpetania. We should also start saving up to do the trade route investment in Carpetania, which we would want to do anyways, to be completely honest. With that in mind, let's see, 80. Okay. Alright, good. I probably want to keep these guys here for a little bit just to hold this down. There's a lot of enemy strength moving around. Need to be careful. I'm actually going to go straight over to Aquae Bilbatonorium, because I don't need to retake this technically. I do need to take this to get the war, the end of the war that I'm looking for here. Foreign citizens. A group of citizens from Carthage has appeared in Longuntica looking for a place to stay. Why they left Carthage to come to Carpetania is uncertain, but they seem honest in their wishes. Bringing in new citizens from afar would let us easier know how our neighbors and their governmental systems work, and we might be able to learn something from them, though it seems not everyone wants them to settle down in Carpetania. I could get a Canaanite Punic citizen in Longuntica, which is in... oh, it's down here. Alright, Longuntica is right next to Carthage's territory, so that does make sense. Or the Rakusa could gain prominence, which does nothing. The PI cost of this is not worth it. Send them away. That is fine. I'm actually going to have these guys come down to add Novas Iberia just to be in my territory to recover more efficiently. We've got plenty of manpower. Let's put it to use here. They're sieging Baía de Solata. They're not going to get very far with that. Alright. This might be a stack wipe. I'm not entirely sure. Swing around. Go get this thing over with. Once we get this, that should be the end of it. Killed another pop. Really damaging this tile quite a bit. Alright. Now, like I said, I'm not... But if I did... I didn't even think about the idea of actually just taking Wasconian land. With the claim on Seditania... I am a bad person. I just don't want border gore, but now my little heart is filled with greed once again. I mean, I can get away with this is the issue. I mean, to be really efficient, there's just so much stuff going on over there. This is a really good chokehold to end at, even if Wasconia is beyond. Obviously, the region expands further into Asturias, but this would be like a fort at Carta completely blocks everything. Carta would be a really good city location because its fort blocks with the mountains here, and it's on the river, on the major river. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this gives me all the territory on the north side of the river, including where it becomes the river Sicoris. And then this is a great choke point as well, even once I control more territory beyond. It is only 8 AE, it's not that bad. I didn't really think I'd be actually going for a larger deal. And they do agree to this, although it's not a sure thing, but it's like just above the threshold for agreement. You know what? Now's a good chance to grab this territory. And especially with the Carpetania war that I'm planning in the future from there, I'll get good choke points on either side. That'll give me a good beachhead on the north side of the river to control for the northern half of Tarraconensis. Let's go for it. Alright, my Chief Magistrate, the Iberian local power of Wasconia, accepts her generous peace offer. Wasconian Celtiberius Centralis to Carpetania, and Wasconian Ilergetia to Carpetania. Alright. Very nice. And now, the capital was set over here. Why? In this province, where should... Actually, this is not the worst spot for the capital. It's the right distance. Okay, you know what? Never mind. The game actually picked the right spot. Presuina is the right distance from Carta. It is also... Let's see. Well, it's not really in any sort of strategically strong spot, but these forests are not going to be great places for a city. I don't like any tiles that have a pop capacity malice to be city tiles if I can help it. And this being a fort does protect this crossing. And this crossing is in my own territory. I think it's probably fine. I can work around that. Yeah, Presuina is actually not a bad spot for a capital city. It can have a port, I assume. Looks like it. Yeah, it can have a port. Okay, good. Yeah, because this is the right distance from Carta, which I would want as well. Okay. Alright, you know what? I retract my indignation, Imperator Rome. You always make the best capital location decisions. I've never had any doubts about it. Look at this little, like, line to the river here. It's kind of funny. Go ahead and get rid of that port. This fort should definitely say this is a great defensive location. ASO. Mountains, it's completely blocking it. This is great. This is a great little choke point. Let's see. Provincial legation can go. This port can go. This farm can probably go. I'll keep the farm for now, actually. Anything that gives me more resources is... Ooh, we got dyes over here? Okay. Dyes in a non-city tile is kind of unusual. That's pretty good. Probably want a slave estate there later on. Alright, and what do we have here? Actually, things are not too bad. This is an Iberic area. A little bit of Marite is located here, too. Yeah, I think doing conversion first is the way to go. This amount of loyalty for being newly conquered is also... Or loyalty loss is actually pretty okay. Let's leave it at that. Alright, well, that's pretty good. Okay, and then next up is the war with these guys over here through my claim on Tivia. Or through my claim on Deniquia. I could do either way. But I think, again, I just want to get the province. I'm not looking to expand into Lusitania or into Galicia right now. Let's see, so who... Okay, so... Yeah, it'd have to be Tivia. Okay, so Tivia brings in Termodigia, Atawakia, and Deniquia. Numbers-wise, I think I should be completely fine with my current army, especially once it recovers a little bit of its strength in my territory, and some food as well. What's the invasion plan here, though, going to be? Let's see. I kind of want to assault Wuluka right away, because this controls a really strategically strong choke point. And then I control the other side through Miakum. I mean, if I step onto Sagantia right away, they may not even raise their army. I could also attack Carpetania right away. I've got the claim. This would be a little interesting. I could take their capital really quickly. Fully annex, or fully control that. They bring in Ilercowonia and Carpetania. So, Man, I mean, they're still distracted by this war. Maybe this is a better way to do it, and then I could just attack this defensive league afterwards. This is probably going to be an easier attack to attack Carpetania. Yeah, you know what? Let me grab Carpetania first, I think. So what's the strategy here then? I think what I want to do is have everybody come in and grab Caliguras, which is fortunately the capital, and then it'll take over the whole province from there. And then we turn around and head over here to attack their allies in the east, with this being blocked off from us. Yeah, okay. Let's do it like that. I guess there's no point sending a skeleton crew over here because this fort requires 4K to siege. Do they have any provincial capitals that are not fortified? No. Well, I mean, they do over here that's not fortified, but there's a fort in the province, so that wouldn't do anything. With this fort here, I think this northern route is pretty safe. And they could, I guess, move in through here, and that could be a little awkward, but with the fort here, this capital province will not let control be spread in the province if it were taken. Yeah, you know what? Let's just keep the momentum going, honestly. I didn't really make a lot of money from that war, and I need 600 gold, so let's just keep it up, you know? Military access from Otragonia? No, I'm not giving it to you, Otragonia. From Carpetania, I'm even less likely to give it to you, Carpetania. Cut it out. That is a no from me. Alright. I think this is the right moment to go for something like this. Plus, these guys are exiled in my land. Did the war end? Oh, it did. Okay. What happened at the end of the war? Was it like a white peace? Oh my god. Wait, the war did not end, or at least not. Wait. Wasn't Otragonia allies with Wasconia? Am I losing my mind? Weren't these guys just allies with each other? What in the world is happening over here? What is this Cantabrian political mess happening up here? Like, what is going on up here? Okay, well, Wasconia is now fighting everybody. So they're fighting all of, including Otragonia, who I'm pretty sure they were just allied with. And they're fighting all of the Cantabrian tribes. The war with Carpetania is over. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on, but it doesn't change my math too much. This is still a really good moment for an attack like this. Let's bring the boys in and get to declaring. Let's just go for it, honestly. This is going to really catch them off guard, I think. They're moving through my land, black flag. They're not going to be able to unblack flag till they reach their land. This is a great moment for this. Let's go for a shock and awe approacher. Now, the real question, how much infantry do I have? Full 1.5k. I think we go in and do an assault immediately. No time to waste. Do the assault immediately, and then just put pressure on the rest of the territory until we get enough war score. That is the move. Alright, here we go. Make sure we are all following the people who we need to be following. After at least one mishap for not checking that, I'm never going to let that slip by if I can help it again. Alright, economy is still a little diminished, but we're actually doing pretty good. 11 gold per month in wartime with levy and fort maintenance going is pretty solid stuff. Can't complain. Part of Fortress Under Siege. Ooh, they're low garrison too. This is just perfect. 15% of fort defense. These guys had, their pants weren't just down, their pants were on the other side of the block. These guys are, we're in a pants-free zone right now in this fort. The amount of catching these guys with their pants down. Their pants are on the other side of the country. They're so unprepared. All right, just go in and immediately instant assault. Blow this fort apart. 4 days siege of Caliguras. Absolute blitzkrieg tactics over here. All right, these guys probably haven't even heard the news yet. They're walking through my land. Hey, former guy who was fighting the same guy that I was fighting. How's it going? Oh, we just conquered your country. What? All right, well, let's swing around now. Let's approach from the side of the river so that we're coming in from the entry point that they could have. But I think we should be in pretty good shape here. They may have forces up here still, but if they're black flag, I don't know what happens in that circumstance. Definitely an odd situation, but let's try to take full advantage of this. Now, this is going to be an expensive peace deal. It's an entire province all by itself, but hey, we've already committed to it, so we are just going to... Oh my gosh, 32 wars were already... They already would agree to white peace, which is completely absurd when you think about what's going on here. Alright, this is the deal that I want. But then again, I could get more. Someone has got to stop me. I need to be stopped. This is just not okay. Alright, I think if we were to get everything, it would probably be 20, 25 worse, AE, maybe. Hopefully not more than that. We do have a lot of AE decline. We have no tyranny now, which actually might be a problem. We need some tyranny to get more AE decline. Man. That would be 3 sets of nobles to enslave, which would be a lot of money, which would actually be kind of worth it. And this would secure our control of Tarraconensis in a real big way. There's still the issue of Emporion, who I don't really know how I'm going to attack. We have the same problem I had before with the Greek colony further south, where they're in this defensive league that's going to be really tricky to fight. Although, I'm getting closer and closer to having the strength to just take on someone like Massilia. In fact, you know what? Massilia is not a real threat to me anymore. They have no navy at all, very, very small population. They took a lot of losses to... Actually, they've got a revolt, that's why. Okay, that does explain it. Oh my gosh, what is... Okay. Anyways, lots to consider about how we approach this peace deal, but that is all going to be in the next episode of the Carpetania campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.